Have you ever had a dream that just wouldn't let go? The kind that lingers in your mind, quietly shaping your choices, even when it seems impossible. For years, I found myself daydreaming about a place far from home, a place where the air felt different and the colors seemed brighter. For me, that dream was Europe. Specifically, the Netherlands. There was something magnetic about it, a pull I couldn't quite explain. Maybe it was the promise of adventure, or maybe it was just the idea of starting fresh, in a land of tulips and windmills. I remember the first time I saw a photo of Amsterdam's canals, the tall narrow houses leaning over the water, and a single bike perched on a bridge. It was like a scene from a storybook and I was instantly hooked. The city looked like a fairy tale come to life, with its cobblestone streets and shimmering reflections. I knew I had to see it for myself, to walk those streets and breathe in that crisp Dutch air. But then, reality set in. My budget? Just $800 a month. That's not much, especially in a country known for its high cost of living. I started to wonder if my dream was just that, a dream. Friends and family thought I was out of my mind. "You're crazy! You can't do the Netherlands on that," they'd say, shaking their heads and laughing. Even travel blogs warned me it was impossible, but I wasn't looking for luxury hotels or fancy restaurants. I wanted the real experience, the kind you only get by living like a local, shopping at street markets, and savoring simple meals at outdoor cafes. I wanted to blend in, to ride a Dutch bike through narrow streets, even if it meant wobbling dangerously close to the canal's edge. I was ready to laugh at myself and learn along the way, so I packed as light as I could, filled my backpack with hope and curiosity, and landed in the Netherlands on a crisp January morning. The cold air stung my cheeks, but I felt more alive than ever. Everything felt new, the language, the food, the towering people who seemed to glide effortlessly through the city. Even the street signs looked like a secret code waiting to be cracked. But then, a friendly airport worker smiled and welcomed me. In that moment, I knew I'd be okay. Sometimes, all it takes is a small gesture to make a foreign place feel a little more like home. This trip was about more than just sightseeing. It was about proving to myself, and maybe to others, that you don't need a big wallet to have a rich adventure. It's about the stories you collect, the people you meet, and the courage to chase a dream. The Netherlands was waiting for me, full of new flavors and firsts. I was ready for my first bite of stroopwafel, my first ride on a tram, and my first real taste of independence. My journey had officially begun. Every step felt like a small victory, a reminder that sometimes, the best adventures start with a leap of faith and a little bit of stubbornness. So, let's see how far $800 can take you in the land of tulips and canals. Because sometimes the best stories are written on a shoestring budget, and I was ready to write mine. Let's talk money, because figuring out how to make your budget stretch in a new country is both a challenge and an adventure. When I first sat down to plan my month in the Netherlands, I knew I had to be strategic. My goal, to live comfortably on just $800 for the entire month. I broke it down carefully. $400 for housing, $200 for food, $100 for transportation, and $100 for fun. Every euro had a purpose, and I wanted to make sure I could enjoy my time without constantly worrying about overspending. Amsterdam was out of my price range, so I started searching for a room in a smaller city. The options were surprisingly charming. Think cobblestone streets, friendly neighbors, and a slower pace of life. Living just outside the main tourist hub is the secret to saving big. Not only is rent lower, but you get a more authentic experience, away from the crowds and high prices. For food, I'd cook most meals and explore local markets. Dutch markets are full of fresh produce, local cheeses, and affordable treats. Cooking at home meant I could try new recipes and still have money left for the occasional splurge. Transportation? I'd buy a used bike, cheaper and more Dutch than trains or buses. Biking isn't just a way to save money, it's a way of life here. Plus, it's the best way to see the countryside and get around like a local. That left $100 for museums, pastries, and the occasional cafe treat. I wanted to make sure I could still enjoy the culture, whether that meant a morning coffee, a famous stroopwafel, or a visit to a world-class museum. The budget wasn't a restriction, it was a guide to living like a local. It pushed me to find hidden gems, connect with people, and experience daily life in a way tourists rarely do. Every decision became an adventure in creativity, from improvising meals with what I found at the market to joining free events in the park. I learned that fun doesn't have to be expensive. I was ready to spend wisely and discover the authentic Netherlands. With my backpack packed and a plan in place, I felt prepared for whatever surprises the month would bring. With a plan in place, the real adventure could begin. I knew there would be challenges, but I was excited to see how far my resourcefulness could take me. Sometimes, the best experiences come from working within your limits. It's about making memories, not just spending money. So, with my budget as my guide, I set out to see how much of the Netherlands I could truly experience. Let's see how it played out. My first quest: find a room for $400. Amsterdam was too expensive, so I searched nearby cities like Utrecht. After days of scrolling, I found a cozy room in a shared apartment in Utrecht. Steep stairs, tiny space, but perfect. My flatmates were students who shared tips and laughs. Living in a shared space taught me to appreciate simplicity and efficiency. Utrecht was beautiful, lively, and just a short train ride from everywhere. Sometimes the best discoveries are the ones you almost overlook. Next challenge: transportation on $100. In the Netherlands, that means one thing: get a bike. I bought a used Omafiets, heavy, a bit rusty but reliable, for $80. Learning to ride Dutch style was humbling. The locals made it look effortless. Bike lanes are everywhere, with their own rules and traffic lights. After a few wobbly days, I was gliding through Utrecht like a local. My bike, rusty, became my ticket to freedom. Groceries, parks, and spontaneous canal rides. Cycling was healthy, cheap, and the best way to see the country. I wasn't just watching Dutch life. I was living it. Sometimes, all you need is 2 wheels and a little courage. My bike unlocked the Netherlands for me. Food on a $200 budget? Challenge accepted. Dutch supermarkets were a revelation. So much cheese, hearty breads, and hagelslag, chocolate sprinkles for breakfast. My meals were simple: bread, cheese, yogurt, potatoes, and fresh veggies from the market. Cooking at home made my little apartment feel like home. But street food was irresistible. Hot stroopwafels, crispy fries with mayo, and daring bites of herring. Outdoor markets were treasure troves of cheap, delicious eats. Balancing home-cooked meals with market treats kept my budget on track. I never felt deprived, just more connected to local flavors. Eating well in the Netherlands is about joy, not extravagance. Food became my way into Dutch culture. Every meal was a new discovery. And, yes, $200 was more than enough. With my bike and a $100 fun budget, I set out to explore beyond Amsterdam. Utrecht was my launchpad for day trips, thanks to the efficient Dutch trains. I found magic in smaller towns like Delft, with its peaceful canals and pottery workshops. The real joy was wandering, eating homemade sandwiches by the water and soaking in the atmosphere. Zaanse Schans, with its windmills and wooden houses, felt like stepping into history. The countryside was stunning: flat fields, sheep, and quiet villages perfect for cycling. The heart of the Netherlands beat strongest off the tourist path. My adventures cost little, but gave me so much. Sometimes the best memories are the simplest ones. Living in the Netherlands, I noticed the little things that make Dutch culture unique. The people are direct, honest, efficient, and refreshingly straightforward. I learned about gezelligheid, that cozy, friendly feeling you get in a warm cafe or at a family dinner. Brown cafes, with their dark wood and welcoming vibe, became my favorite spots. The Dutch are friendly, tall, and almost everyone speaks perfect English. They appreciated my attempts at Dutch, but always made things easy for me. Practicality rules here. Bike lanes, water management, and space-saving homes. Everything is planned, even coffee with friends. It's a society built on common sense and connection. The more I adapted, the more at home I felt. The Dutch way of life is simple, efficient, and full of warmth. It's a place where little habits make a big difference. No place is perfect. Every country has its quirks. The Dutch work-life balance is inspiring. People value free time and life outside work. But bureaucracy can be slow and confusing. Appointments, forms, and lots of rules. For short stays, it's manageable, but expats warned me it can be a headache. And then, there's the weather. Rain, wind, and gray skies are part of daily life. Umbrellas are useless. Raincoats are essential. Still, when the sun comes out, the whole country celebrates. Parks and cafes fill with people soaking up every ray. The rain makes the sunshine feel like a gift. The challenges are real, but they make the good moments even sweeter. The Netherlands isn't a fairy tale. It's real, and that's what makes it special. Embracing the ups and downs is part of the adventure. So, can you live well in the Netherlands on $800? Absolutely. It might sound impossible at first, but with a little creativity and an open mind, it's more than doable. You just have to be willing to embrace a different kind of adventure, one that's less about luxury, and more about genuine connection and discovery. I didn't have luxury, but I had real experiences. Warm shelter, great food, beautiful cities, and new friends. Every day brought something new, whether it was sharing a meal with fellow travelers, or getting lost in the winding streets of Amsterdam. The laughter, the stories, and the simple pleasures made every euro count. My budget became my passport to authenticity. Instead of tourist traps, I found hidden gems, local markets, quiet parks, and friendly faces willing to share their culture. Traveling on a budget pushed me to see the Netherlands through the eyes of someone who lives there, not just visits. The Netherlands is about simple joys. Biking at sunset, a warm stroopwafel, a cozy cafe. It's the feeling of the wind in your hair as you ride along a canal, or the comfort of a hot drink after a rainy day. These moments are priceless and they don't cost much at all. It's a country where things work, and people welcome you in. My advice? Don't be afraid to reach out and connect. The Dutch are friendly and you'll find kindness in the most unexpected places. Whether it's a shopkeeper helping you with directions or a local inviting you to join their table, don't let a small budget stop your adventure. In fact, it might just make your journey richer. You'll learn to appreciate the little things, and you'll discover that happiness isn't about how much you spend, but how much you experience. Live in a smaller city, get a bike, cook your own meals, and you'll stretch your money further than you ever thought possible. Explore local supermarkets, try new recipes, and enjoy the freedom of cycling everywhere. These choices not only save money, but also help you feel like a true local. And seek out free fun. The Netherlands is full of festivals, parks, and public spaces where you can soak up the culture without spending a cent. Some of my favorite memories were made at open-air concerts and picnics in the park. You'll come home with the best stories, the real souvenirs. As I left, I realized that the memories I made and the friendships I formed were worth far more than anything I could buy. I felt full of new experiences and friendships. The goodbyes were bittersweet, but I knew I gained something lasting. Perspective, gratitude, and a sense of belonging in a place far from home. The best things in life aren't things, they're moments and connections. It's the laughter over coffee, the shared adventures, and the feeling of being part of a community, even if just for a little while. The Netherlands is as beautiful and friendly as you've heard. From the iconic canals to the endless tulip fields, every corner has its own charm and story to tell. I'll be back. There's more to explore. This journey was just the beginning, and I can't wait to see what else the Netherlands has in store. Thanks for coming along on this journey. I hope it inspires you to take your own adventure, no matter your budget. The world is waiting, and it's more accessible than you think.